target when it comes to when I'll go get that ground beef over there. It's a little closer than driving to Burgundy, but there's
Sprouts out.
it's I tell you what, find out for me because I'm interested to see what the Sprouts has to offer that's getting put up. I'm not certain about if the meat, if they have meat there.
Well, they had organic chicken.
They organic chicken.
Yeah.
I would just ask, make sure it says the certain things on the labels. Because if it doesn't say it, you can't just trust it. That's the problem. It's just sad to say that, but you just can't be too trusting out there. It needs to literally say how it was raised. I wish they make that harder, but unfortunately they don't. Other questions?
I'll just raise my chickens myself.
Well, just raise chickens yourself? Yeah, if you can do it. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if they still do, but Tom Thumb used to have a $5.99 pound ground beef that was recommended by some guy on the radio that recommended the grass-fed, no hormones, no antibiotics. And I don't know if they still do because I don't listen to this guy anymore. But it was a, and then I've seen the Nolan Ryan brand come out. Now I don't know if they're grass-fed, but I know there are no hormones and no antibiotics in that brand.
Is that also a Tom Thumb?
I don't know. They closed the Tom Thumb stores where I live, so I don't shop there.
Well, there's one down the street from here. I'll go check it out and see if that's true. Because I'm always looking for places to
recommend. It was pricey compared to everything else, $5.99. But you watch for sales and you can tank up on stuff like
that's
that.
Right.
So.
I'll go check it out. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? That's why I don't drink very much milk because it's kind of confusing. Here's what the doctors are recommending with that. Number one, the more it's processed, the less healthy it is for you. That's the easy rule of thumb with that. So the best type of milk, if you love cow's milk, would be non-pasteurized cow's milk that's been non-homogenized even. So you have cream on the top, and you have the two different layers of milk. That's the healthiest.
You can't find it at the store.
You won't find it at the store, no ma'am. You'll have to find that at like a dairy farm. You'll have to find that at like Burgundy beef or something like that. I believe they have that as well. But not a dairy farm, farmers markets. You have to look at places like that. So that's the best if you want cow's milk. I'm not a huge cow's milk fan because really, I just personally don't think you should be drinking cow's milk. That's for baby cows, not for humans.
Humans are the only people that drink
other species milk. I know, isn't it crazy?
For babies, yeah.
But if that's what you want, I would recommend going that way because the more you even the Horizon milk over here, it's better than most, but it's still pasteurized and it's homogenized, meaning they've still altered it. So when you pasteurize something, anything, you heat it to a temperature that kills a lot of the bacteria, but the problem is you kill a lot of the good stuff while you kill the bad stuff, and that's why, actually what's really crazy, more people get like salmonella and stuff like that from products that have been pasteurized than ones that are not. Why? Because it actually, you have all that dead bacteria and stuff like that causes a lot of problems in the body. So that's the way you want to go. And when they start talking about half and half stuff, don't worry too much about that. Really, you want it at the source. If not, start doing coconut milk because one, it's not from an animal. Two, you can use it in place of any type of milk. You can cook with it. Coconut anything is so high in good saturated fat. It's amazing. You can take a torch to coconut oil, because that's what we cook with at the house, that and grapeseed oil. But coconut oil, you can take a torch to it. It doesn't denature it at all. It's still high in saturated fat. It does a lot for you. It's just, I prefer that better than cow's milk. And most people, when you start pasteurizing it and you start pasteurizing milk, bless you, most people have an intolerance to that. Most people don't when you have it right at the source, which I've had so many problems with milk growing up. I just literally despise drinking cow's milk, so that's just me personally. But if you're going to do it, I would recommend doing it like that, because a lot of people that are intolerant to milk, if you get it that's not pasteurized or anything, it doesn't affect you because again, it's about as natural as you're going to get. And you still have a lot of the good stuff in it.
So is it the same portions, like if you were looking at a recipe and it said 1 cup, would you use 1 cup of coconut milk?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
What about the almond milk? Is anybody the same way?
Almond milk, you can substitute that. Well, yes, ma'am. The one almond milk, it's called Pacific Rim, not Almond Breeze. I believe that's the other brand. Almond Breeze, there's still some things in it that I don't like. The Pacific Rim is a better almond milk. That's another.
Silk has almond.
Silk, I don't really big with soy. Soy's not very good.
I'm not talking about soy. Silk. Silk has an almond.
Oh, okay, okay.
No. Several years ago,
Pacific Rim.
Several years ago, I read an article that said that the homogenizing, whatever that is, that process actually, homogenized milk actually causes or aggravates or whatever heart conditions.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I read that several years ago.
Do you happen to maybe have that?
I don't have it anymore.
I love whenever I get. That's why I love because if you have it, I always love to learn. So that'd be great to read that.
Might be able to find something on the internet. I don't know.
No, that's.
It's been a good many years since I read it.
You change the molecular structure of it, which is again not really a smart thing you want to do with stuff you're putting in your body. Is changing what it's supposed to be found in nature. I always have problems with that. Your body has problems with when you change things. So just a rule of thumb: anytime anything, it can be fruit juice. The more processed it is, the worse it is for you. Because now you go from what your body recognizes in nature to you change it 3 or 4 times. Now your body's going, what is this? You know, I kind of think it looks like orange juice, but I really have no idea. I don't know what to do with it. So you the more processed something is, the worse it is for you. That's just so. Mainly, more your vegetables, more your things found in nature. That's the way you want to go, and that's what the advanced plan is geared to. It's really geared to putting more whole foods in your body. Cutting out a lot of the process, cutting out all the sugars, which is going to do tons for you. When you first start doing it, you're going to feel the effects of cutting out sugar. It's okay. You'll go through some withdrawals. You might be a little moody. That's all right. You'll get through that after about a week or 2, and then I mean seriously, it's crazy what you'll feel like. You'll feel so good after you do that because we really don't understand how addicted we are to sugar, but we are extremely addicted to sugar in this country.
It's in everything.
It's in everything. You're right. Absolutely. Do you have a question? Any other questions on the makeovers?
Since I didn't like milk anyway, I always figured that was just another reason not to drink it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, you get everything from breast milk when you're growing up. So after that, I mean, you don't have to. That's the good news. So it's sad. People think, I gotta get my cow's milk. I gotta get healthy. No, God didn't design you to drink cow's milk for all your life. If you choose to do it, but don't do it because you think that's making you happy. Does that make sense? It's like if you do it, I mean, just at least tell me you just like drinking cow's milk. Don't tell me you're doing it to get healthy because that makes no sense at all. I mean, then just think back. So when you start thinking on the big picture, it makes sense. It's like if that was right, then we would actually give cow's milk. That's what we would produce. If you're a woman, that's what you produce. You would produce breast milk. So.
Whole milk tastes great with running eggs.
I'll talk to you later. No, I'm just kidding. Any other questions on where to find stuff or anything as far as surging, anything like that? Please ask me.
We're talking about milk. What about cheeses that are made from milk and that type of thing?
Same thing. Now I'm actually pretty big into cheese. So when I look for it, again, you want to make sure that no hormones, nothing's been injected into it. Make sure, and again, finding raw cheese is pretty tough. You got to go again like more of a dairy farm to find it. So what I do like, there's I like European cheeses because they raise the cows really well that way, and they're not like the States where they're injecting them left and right and feeding them grain. They're basically they're basically just fed like there should be, which is grass fed and all that stuff. But that's just how they're raised. So it's not like anything new to them. And so really good, like Denmark, Holland, their cheeses are awesome because they don't have those restrictions like Like actually, they have restrictions against doing that compared to the States, where that's all they're about. But you got to watch, like, again, you got to watch the people that produce the cheese. You kind of got to be leery on who's producing the cheese, which I'm not an expert on it, but I know there's a lot more in depth. I tell you what, it's called. I think it's called Beemster, I believe. It's from Holland. It is at Central Market, actually. We've just been eating this, Shannon and me, because we kind of like to try different European cheeses. This stuff tastes awesome. It's on a block, so you have one of those huge blocks. But there's one. It's called. It's a soft cheese. It's actually the first. I guess it's the first milking of spring. That's why it's only available in season. But this stuff melts in your mouth. I mean, it's great. But it's humanely fed and grown and everything is right with it. So I think it's called Beemster, I believe. But you can ask over there. Basically, European type of cheeses, or if it's in the States, you gotta make sure it says how the cows are raised and stuff like that. But you just kind of gotta watch it when it comes to that. But there's a lot of organic cheese. There's more. They're better with the organic cheeses than they are with the steak. It's just, I don't know why, but it's kind of how it is with certain food things. So, but, yeah. Great questions.
I love their cheese department.
I know, it's awesome. Yes.
One of your ingredients was, I don't know if it said Bailey's or whatever amino acids. You know what I'm talking about? It's on the shopping list or something. Something amino acids, and I was like, what? Or aminos. Maybe it was just aminos. If I could have, I don't have my book with me.
I tell you what, bring that. Let me take a look at it. I don't remember that.
I have to, I'll mark it in my book.
Bring it to me, because we'll find out what it is. Brown?
Bragg's liquid aminos.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
What
right in
is
a health
that?
food store.
Health food store.
It's a
okay.
soy.
I
It's
use
like
Bragg's.
yes, it tastes like soy without being soy.
I was just wondering what the heck it was.
Okay. Yeah, I don't do much soy of anything, so actually that's really good.
But I think that was on one of the shopping lists.
For
wasn't it?
marinating, it's a replacement
marinating.
for soy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the brand name